How's it going, everybody? This is Pristine Paper back again for another video. And today I'm going to be showing you guys some mail that I have gotten in recently. I think it's about 5 cards, so I'm pretty excited about it. But actually, the first card I'm going to be talking about, I don't actually have with me right now. It's at my parents' house because I gifted it to my dad. So it's a Topps Definitive Dual Auto, number to 10, of David Ortiz and Pedro Martinez. I'm going to put it on the screen here. I got this card at a local card shop. I traded in a bunch of, smaller cards and some autograph prints for because, I'd rather have this card of Big Poppy and Pedro. So I did that, and then, I eventually just decided that, I don't really need it in my collection right now, but I think my dad would appreciate it a lot and kind of like, present it up in his office. So that's the first one that I got. And, obviously both of those players are, generational talents that, brought home World Series or multiple World Series in the case of Ortiz, to the city of Boston. So they both are truly special players, and they hold a lot of meaning to Red Sox fans and Boston residents. So yeah, had to get that one for my collection. Plus, it's on card, and it's licensed from Topps. So yeah, that's the first card. But the first one that we're gonna see in person is right here. Sorry about that, guys. I had to change the camera angle a smidge just to get a good view of this card. So this is from the newest Immaculate set from 2023-24 Immaculate. It's a dual prime jersey of Damian Lillard and Donovan Mitchell, number to 10. So I won this one at auction from a Chinese seller on eBay. And again, remind you that I have multiple cats, so the hair gets into the top loaders. But anyway, yeah, I won this one from a Chinese seller on eBay. Took a little bit to get to me, but I really, really like it because it features Lillard in his Bucks jersey, which obviously he has now returned back to Portland. So really brief tenure with the Bucks, 2 seasons. I think it was like a little bit over 100 games played with them. So eventually, I feel like these relic pieces for the Bucks, in terms of Dame, will be a little bit more rare, but might not really translate to value just because people obviously have more fond memories of him on the Trailblazers and all that. So his Trailblazers relics will probably go for more in the future. But having Mitchell on the card too is pretty awesome. I'm a big Mitchell fan. I'm a big fan of anybody really from the 2017-18 draft class. Yeah, it's Tatum's draft class, and that was kind of a draft class that I really got into. You got Darren Fox, Tatum, Derek White, Mitchell, Larry Markkinen. The list can go on and on. Lonzo. So lots of good players and fun players to root for in that class. So for me, Mitchell was always one of them, especially in his early days with the Jazz. And this is my first Mitchell Cavs patch. So really happy to have this one in my PC now. Okay, next up, let me scooch this cardboard here. Not to give away anything. All right, next one up is a really nice one. This is a 2018-19 Panini Cornerstones legendary patch autograph marble to 10 of Louis Dampier. Now, a lot of people might not know, at least modern collectors might not know who Louis Dampier is. But if you are a basketball historian like myself, then you will know who he is. So, as you can see, the team name is the Colonels. And you might know what that team is, but for those who don't, that is not an NBA team actually. This is an ABA team that, played during the 70s. So, this is actually my first ABA relic. All of these relics here are pieces of his Colonel's jersey that he wore in the ABA. And these ABA relics are super, super rare. I mean, the ABA was only around for, I think it was like under 10 years, maybe 9 years. And, they didn't have a bunch of teams. They didn't have a ton of funding. And like the history around it wasn't really that well documented. So to have, an autograph, really nice autograph as well. I mean, he has a great autograph. And to have the different patch pieces. There's a piece of trim, then there's 2 actual patch pieces, and then there's like one you can't really see. It's a full patch piece, but it's really nice. And again, if you don't know his play style, and you don't know much about the ABA, He was the original Steph Curry. And I know a lot of people say that, like, oh, this was the first Steph Curry. This guy was Steph before Steph. But this guy was actually the first lethal 3-point shooter, because the 3-point line was not actually um, brought to the NBA. The ABA is actually the one who created the 3-point line. So he was the first true 3-point marksman during that era. I'll put some of his stats up on the screen here of his 3-point shooting. Really, really good. Obviously, back for that era. A lot less attempts than the modern 3-point shooters, but he truly is the Steph Curry of that era. So really happy to have that in my PC now. Next one here. Let's switch this guy. This is another Al Horford card. It's a really, really nice one. It's a Panini Immaculate from 2013-14. And it's the Immaculate jersey numbers, number to 15. Huge, huge patch. As you guys know, I'm a huge Al Horford fan. He's a top 5 player for me, like favorite player of all time. But he, obviously is not with a team right now. He was with the Celtics, and now he was a free agent. Lots of rumors with him, joining with the Warriors or the Lakers or whoever it may be. Those rumors definitely have died down now at this point in the middle of August. And he's still not signed with the team. So I really don't know what's going to happen with him. Is he going to be a free agent until maybe like the playoffs or something, which I think is crazy. I don't think that's going to happen. Is he going to retire? I think that's more the likely scenario. Or is he going to return to the Celtics? I don't know if that's going to be the case either. I think it's at this point he would have re-signed a deal at this with the Celtics, but I think it's just the end of his career, and I'm really happy to have a good strong patch PC of him. I have really a lot of nice pieces, a lot of big pieces like this, so really, really happy to add this one to my collection now. And look at that really chunky patch. I love the foil on the Immaculate cards as well. So last one here is a really fun one for me. Right here is a 2012-13 Panini Threads, Authentic Threads, Prime, number to 25 of Derrick Rose. So, obviously, Derrick Rose is probably one of the most fan-favorited players of all time. The youngest MVP ever. Really just a likable guy. Played for the Bulls. And then obviously he had his multiple injuries and setbacks that, really derailed his career, unfortunately, and lots of people, would look up to him for his like resiliency through those injuries and always coming back. But he actually just retired this year, so really a good career for what happened to him with his injuries at the end, in the early stages of it. But anyway, this is a Bulls relic as well, and his Bulls relics go for crazy money, or at least mostly 3 figures. He does have obviously Knicks relics and Timberwolves relics and even I think Grizzlies relics, but even those ones can go for a good amount of money because people really, just like I said, like Derrick Rose a lot. He's a fan favorite, so to get a Bulls piece, is really special, and it's from the 2011-12 season, so it's an early Bulls piece of from his playing days, and I really, really enjoy that. And the write-up on the back is fun. He talks about his 2010-11 MVP season, and obviously the number one pick. So really, really happy to have this one, and it's number 23 of 25, which is Michael Jordan's jersey number, for the Bulls. So I thought that was kind of a little fun Easter egg there. But yeah, those are the cards that I have gotten in the mail recently the last month or two. Really hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know which one was your favorite and maybe what kind of cards I should look out for next to add to my PC. But without further ado, I'm just going to peace out here and say bye. See you later.